Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Talk of the Town podcast, where each week we bring you valuable insight and information that directly affects our local business community. I'm Danielle Hawley, and I'm the executive director of the best Chamber of Commerce around, the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. And I'm proud to bring you our Talk of the Town podcast with my co-host, Carlos Garcia of FYI Technologies. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Danielle. Happy to be here.
Always great to see you, my friend. All right. Well, this week we have Suzie Mendez, founder and CEO of Luxie Events. Suzie, you are awesome. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me, Danielle. Nice to meet you, Carlos.
Same here, Suzie.
Well, Suzie, you kind of popped up on the radar here a few months ago, and you have just shown up to all the events since then. And you're just such a joy to be around, and you bring such a great energy. So I know we had talked and said, we have to get you on the podcast. Let's make that happen. So thank you for joining us. I'm excited for our listeners to get to know you a little bit more and what you do, and just really learning about your journey with the chamber and what the future holds. So much to get into. But first, let's start with you. Tell us about yourself.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I am quite a social butterfly, so I cannot help but go to every single meeting that I can. But my name is Suzie. I am the founder and CEO of Luxie Events. I do have a background in graphic design, psychology, and actually used to work for the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools. A shout out Bob Murphy, Mr. Gibbs, and my kiddos out there. I miss you guys. But yeah, I've always kind of loved creating memorable events and experiences that put smiles on people's faces. I do have kind of a vibe to me, and I like to kind of spread that vibe and get people energetic and happy and all of that. I never realized I could create a whole living out of that until I was pressured into finding maybe another way to make some extra cash. I was raising my sister on my own at the time, so I did need a little bit more. And then all while doing that, I was also looking for a venue to host my 10-year high school reunion. So it all kind of meshed together. My dad was actually the one who found the space that I have right now. He was eating next door at Luxie's, and he ran into this place. Meanwhile, I was in Sacramento at a 4-day rock festival, mosh pitting. And so when he picked me up from the airport, he told me about the place. He told me about the opportunity, and the rest is kind of history. What was meant to be a small thing on the side for passive income became my career now. I no longer work at the schools. I do miss my students a lot, but I'm also happy that I get to inspire them to do whatever it is that they want to do in life, and to just not be afraid to reach for more if that is what they want. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
I love it. You're a true go-getter. Now, I have a hard time believing that you get in a mosh pit because, how tall are you? You're like tiny.
I'm 4'11". I'm 4'11", and yes. Now, when people do see me in there, they are like, "Oh, caution!" So
yes,
they are very.
Hey, tell us a band that you were in, the last mosh pit you were in for a band.
Oh my gosh. The last one, I don't remember the last one, but the scariest one was definitely Papa Roach. I was at the very front, and I didn't know how dangerous that was because Papa Roach has a lot of fans. There were big dudes like just surrounding me, which in fact, I feel like that actually protected me in a way. So everyone was just in the middle and I was in the front, and in my head, I was like, you know what? I might die today, but at least I'm going to die right in front of Papa Roach, and I'm cool with that. But luckily I'm here.
So I'm going to tell you, so I've gone to like shows like Pantera and all that, and the hype for women, I got to tell you, so some of the women that show up to these shows, height-wise, it doesn't matter. I mean, they are hardcore. Sometimes worse than the guys, to be honest with you. You know, it's crazy.
I feel like there's more to like show for. I'm like, no, yeah, I'm 4'11", but I could do this though. Like maybe I don't know.
And I try to avoid those places at all costs if I go to a concert. I'm like, touch me, get away. Oh my goodness. Well, you love what you love.
Yeah, you can't help it.
So Suzie, Tell us a little bit more about Luxie Events. And I know you and I talked a little bit about that, but share with folks more about the center.
Yes, of course. So, well, let's start with the name, Luxie. So, a lot of people think Luxie stems from the word luxury, but it's actually a combination of mine and my sister's name, Lexi and Suzie. So, that's just a little fun fact there. It just turned out to be very luxurious when you combine them. We are an event planning company. We help everyone with their celebrations. So we currently have one space in Fontana, the Luxie Hall. It can hold up to 180 guests. It's both elegant and modern with like the mixture of the chandeliers and the colorful LED lighting. We could change the color of it in here to match people's themes. So people really enjoy that. We host all sorts of events. So weddings, quinceañeras, milestone birthdays, corporate events, so like Christmas parties. We've done a few like celebrations of life in here as well. So yeah, all sorts of events. We do offer different packages. So we offer everything from just the venue with the space, and people could bring in their own vendors, to the gold package where we offer everything, like all the basics that you need for a party, and then the diamond package, which is a recent addition where you just want to go full on, just show off, I guess, show off with your event and have all those little extra add-ons in it. But yeah, I've met a lot of many talented and unique vendors doing this. So we also help with any like recommendations that people may need for their celebrations and all of that.
That's awesome.
That's great. And specifically, where are you located?
So we are off of Juniper and Foothill. So we're right in that corner. If people know where Gulicci's is, we're right next door. It's right there in Fontana.
Perfect. Yes, and I've been in there. It's a beautiful space, and you'd never know that it was there unless you knew that it was there. But it's really, really a great space, and you've done such a fantastic job with it. It is exactly like you said, modern, classy, luxurious. It's all of those things. So those of you that are listening, I know it's graduation season. People are having parties, getting married. Even thinking about your holidays, right? Like we're going to be halfway through the year here, which is so hard to believe. But we do have event spaces in Fontana, and we have great spaces. So definitely something you want to check out. Now, Suzie, you are just such a bright little ball of energy wherever you go. When you popped on our radar here at the chamber, we're like, who is this girl? We love her. She's so cute. So tell us about your journey and experience with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. So the chamber, I first joined the chamber because my as I was mentioning to Carlos earlier before we started filming, my business literally cannot succeed without the help of other businesses. I don't know how to bake. I don't know how to do balloons. I don't know how to DJ. I don't know how to bartend. I don't know how to do any of those things. So I need the help of other businesses to come in and help me with these events, basically. So I'm always on the lookout for people to collaborate with. And it's honestly so fun to watch a group of just different people each week with their skill sets, put their piece together and just create something so beautiful at the end. What's the quote of the year? What is it?
Together we thrive.
There we go. Together we thrive. So I experienced that very much here at the hall, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So, but yeah, not only have I met people, not only have I met people I could collaborate with, but I've just felt so welcomed in general. Sometimes a woman of my 4'11" stature and a childlike personality can be hard to be like taken seriously in the business world. And I have felt nothing but acceptance for who I am as a person and respect as a businesswoman from the chamber. So everyone has been so supportive from the very end. From the very beginning. So, including you, Danielle. So I'm very thankful for that.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate you, and I love that. And that's, we're all so diverse with our personalities and our businesses and what we bring to the table. That's why we have so many members, right? Because not one person just checks all the boxes. And we all have our different gifts and talents. And so it's so great to see our chamber family growing with people like yourself that bring their own flair and flavor to the table, because that's what it's about, right? Some people might connect with you, they might connect with somebody else, and that's just life. But that's why I tell everybody, we will provide the opportunities for you to connect, but you have to show up. And that's one thing that, girl, you show up. And we always know when you're there, because you've got everybody huddled around you and you're connecting and networking. And so those of you that are listening, when you come to our next event, find Suzie and do what she does, because you are like the networking queen, and I love it. But I also love seeing women being successful, right? And pursuing their passions and their dreams. And we have so many amazing business owners and women business owners, especially. And so I think that's just such a great message for other women to hear that are maybe on the fence about starting their business, or really going full force into that passion that they have. Like you left a stable, steady job with benefits and all the things, right, to pursue your own business, and you're building your own empire now. And so I think that that's just encouraging for people to hear that if they have that passion and that dream to pursue it, it's risky, it's hard, but that's where the chamber comes in. We're here to help support and guide, and you're going to make a lot of great connections along the way to help support you. But kudos to you. Keep up the excellent work. And we're very, very proud that you're a chamber member and that you're here serving our business community in Fontana.
Thank you. I'm glad that I can motivate others. The last thing, one of the last things I told my students before I left was, don't let fear dictate your life. And I stand firmly with that. Sometimes things can be scary, but you never know what you might find at the other end. So yeah, just go for it.
Yeah. Love it.
Hey, you have me at Mosh Pit. That's it. You have me in Mosh Pit. So I want to ask you about trends and challenges you see in your industry. What are some things that you're maybe experiencing or you see out there?
Okay, so some trends would be, people love personalization and story-driven events. So they want events that reflect their personality, their culture, their unique story. And I'm all for it. I love different personalities. I love the themes. I love the Black wedding dresses. I love the cultural dances. So gimme. Another trend, of course, is the use of technology in events. So like live streaming, I try to incorporate a lot of like social media type stuff when it comes to events. And of course, like the photo booths, the audio guest books, the LED robots, all of that type of stuff. Now, challenges. One of the main challenges I do encounter is like the rise, of course, in cost in the event planning industry. Sometimes clients don't realize how much money and time is spent in certain aspects of an event. I get that people have different budgets, and that's fine. I don't judge. But it does kind of break my heart a little bit when a client would rather buy a balloon kit on Amazon than hire my recommended balloon artist. It's not the same. You get more quality, and you're also supporting another business. So that's kind of the hard part sometimes. But yeah, anyway, at Luxie events, we try hard to create flexible packages to fit client needs and budgets. And we love collaborating with vendors and fellow business people to help spread the word about their business and to get them some gigs with their clients here and there as well.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think it's just that reality aspect, right? Like everybody wants their dream wedding, their dream quince, whatever it might be. But then, things do cost money. So I think
parties are very expensive these days.
And I think even supply chain, right? Like I feel like since COVID, it's been a struggle with supply chain as well. And I don't know if that directly impacts your industry as well. But, but I think the people that are successful, like you said, you just got to figure it out, find the workaround, find that happy medium, and, just make it happen. So in your space, what events do you have coming up this year?
So we do have many private events booked for this year, and next year is kind of filling up as well. Hopefully we can get Home Depot back for their Christmas party this year because they were kind of lit. But yeah, we have many private events as far as public events, because we do those every so often. I do have some plans, but I can't really announce anything yet. I do love doing things around like holidays, like Halloween or Christmas or stuff like that. And I'm always open to collaborations if anyone out there has a fun idea or wants to work with me on an event. But yeah, aside from that, more announcements coming soon, I guess. So stay tuned.
Good teaser, man. Wow.
Love it.
You gotta leave them hanging.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about events, what's your most memorable event that really just stands out in your mind that you've had at your space?
Oh gosh. That's a good question. I've had a really good like Sweet 16 here before. It was a Princess and the Frog themed one. It was filmed and everything. Her king set, well, her Sweet 16 was all paid for. I guess she won it somewhere. And then so she went all out here. There was like a jazz band. They were making beignets. It was all decorated in here. They were filming and all of that. So that one was kind of exciting. Christmas parties are always fun because you get to see business people have fun. We're really good at creating, my DJ's great at creating an environment where they kind of lose the business side and they just start dancing on the dance floor. So those are always kind of fun to see. We've had some really nice celebrations of life in here as well, where the person who passed, they wanted more of a celebration than a funeral. So we've of course catered to that, and we played their favorite music, and you see the family dancing to their favorite music and just having a good time remembering them. So those have been really nice as well.
That's so cool.
So as we're getting ready to wrap this up as well too, how can people connect with you?
So
I know we talked about social media. Yeah.
What happened?
I know we talked about social media, so that's one avenue, right?
Yes, that's actually the main one. So Instagram and TikTok, we are on Instagram and TikTok. We're actually right here, Luxie Events at Luxie Events. I have it right there, ready in LED. But yeah, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We post reels of our events that we have here as well. If you want even just inspiration for your decor, we have that as well. But you guys can also email us, call us. We only give out pricing in person after you take the tour. So make an appointment via the link in our Instagram and TikTok and come take the tour. I don't like spitting numbers out to people without you guys knowing exactly what you're getting. So stop by, say hi. I don't bite. I'm a little weird, but I'm also very friendly. So I'm happy to connect with anyone who wants to connect.
That's awesome. Well, real quick, and this, I did not give you this question ahead of time. What have for someone who is on the fence about starting a business, getting in the business community, digging in? What would you tell them?
Don't let fear dictate your life. Don't let fear dictate your life. There's space for everyone. Like you said, everyone has their own skill, their own talent, their own personality, and there's space for everyone. There's a group for you. There's people who are going to want to collaborate with you because you're just yourself. You're your own person. So yeah, go for what you love to do, your passion. I think when you go for what you're actually passionate about, you put more into it. You feel like yourself more. It doesn't feel like work. I mean, I get stressed during the week, planning the events, but at the end, it's nice. I love what I do, and it just, you don't lose yourself. You don't lose yourself. You're yourself, and you're creating an empire from yourself, from your personality. So yeah.
Excellent advice. That is fantastic. Well, Suzie, thank you so much. Luxie Events, you guys, right here on Juniper and Foothill. Go check them out. Find her on Instagram, TikTok. Give her a follow at Luxie Events. And those of you that are listening and not watching, it's LUXIE Events. So check them out. Thank you once again for being on the show. Thank you to all of our listeners. We are on all major streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. as well as YouTube. So there's no excuse. You can find us anywhere. Listen to us while you're at the gym, on the treadmill, or driving to work, or on your run. Carlos, thank you so much for all that you do. He's our behind the scenes guy as well, not just the pretty face here on the camera, but he is from FYI Technologies. And so if technology makes you cry, call FYI. Carlos will take excellent care of you and work all of that out. And I'm not the technology person, so you know what? We are so thankful for Carlos.
Right back at you.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you guys so much again. Thank you to all of our faithful listeners for tuning in. Suzie, you were great. Hope you get lots of new customers from this, and we will see you very soon. To our listeners, thank you again. Don't forget, a new episode drops every Tuesday at 10 a.m., so stay tuned for that. We are in season 2 of Talk of the Town podcast. Thanks, Carlos, and we will catch all of you next week.